Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Snowflakes from More Tiny Stockings. So, this is the kit. It's from Plaid, Bucilla. I'm going to be doing this one. So, some information on it. I attempted yesterday to sort all of the threads, and I got everything except for the red and the dark red. I literally can't see the difference. And I even asked David, and he can't see any difference.
Because there is no difference.
You know, I bet you there's someone who can see it. But it's not going to be us.
I am suspicious in the extreme of that.
See, and I'm actually not. I took an anthropology class where she showed us color wheels of several different colors, and it would be different shades of one color. So, like, it would all be blue, and it'd have dark blue and light blue, and same with green and all these other shades. And or there'd be, individual circles, and they'd tell us, how many different colors can you see? And we'd be like, 5, 6, and they're like, yeah, no, there are like 12. And we're all just like, what? Like, we literally couldn't see the difference. But tribes in Africa and where else? I don't think it was the Aborigines in Australia, but like there were quote unquote primitive people who could differentiate between those different colors, but they couldn't see the difference between like a light green and a light yellow. So it was mind-boggling. I thought it was so interesting, and we spent an entire class on it, I think. So I totally believe there's someone out there who can see two different shades of red in here, and they can't see the difference between like this one and this one. I believe it. I believe it.
Okay. I know that's a thing. I think that is incredibly freaking close. Like, I put it this way: if you're selling a kit online to random people, there's like known color variations that are easy to identify, and if a third of the population can't identify the difference between those two shades of red, then why are you selling that?
Especially because like those tribes aren't going to be buying this and making cross stitches, so I don't know. Like the one I'm doing right now is all shades of blue, so it's fine. If I end up doing one that has red and dark red in it, I'm going to look at the picture and decide if I need to just simply grab a darker or lighter, whatever, red as needed, because I can't see it, you guys. I literally can't.
But can you see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I can't see it, but I can taste it. It's good. Alright, so I'm gonna go cross stitch now. Alrighty, so this video, it only took me an hour or a little over an hour to do this one, but I'm like, I don't want to talk for an hour anymore, you guys. So I did it at 3 times the speed. So it's not the fastest I've ever made a video, but it is not the slowest. So yeah, I don't want to talk for an hour. Okay, so last time we were doing this or that questions. Well, I say we because David was with me, but he is not here. So again, I'm doing it on my own. So 9, soup or sandwich? Ooh, that's hard. Okay, if calories are not an issue, I'm gonna go with sandwich. Like Nutella sandwich, peanut butter sandwich, yes. Not peanut butter jelly, just peanut butter. And I don't care if it's creamy or crunchy. I will enjoy it. I love peanut butter sandwiches. But if calories are an issue, I haven't had a sandwich and I don't know how long, because all of the sandwiches I like are really high calories versus the soups generally not so bad. So gotta go with the one that's better for my diet and stuff. I'm so sad. Alright, 10. Card game or board game? I think generally am gonna have to go with board game, but there are card games that are fun. You know, I don't know if oh, what is the game called? Um, I mean, it uses cards, so maybe it's a card game. Like, okay, for instance, the game Apples to Apples. Is that considered a card game or is that considered a board game? Like, do you have to physically have a board for it to be called a board game? And then for a card game, does it not have to specifically be like a deck of cards, like a pack of 52? Because a lot of the games that I'm thinking of in general mainly just use cards. Like, heck, charades. Technically, depending on what kind of one you're playing, it can be a board game, and technically it can be a card game. So I just, yeah. If something like Apples to Apples counts as a card game, I'm gonna go with card game. But if it counts as a board game, I'm gonna go with board game. There we go. That works, right? 11. Dine in or delivery. So, if you had asked me many moons ago, I would have said dine in. Because then it's like, I don't have to pay all these fees with delivery, and it gets me outside, active. But now I'm all about delivery. Like, I don't have to give the people working at restaurants more work to do because, they don't have to, like, go through and clean the table and the chairs right after we leave. They don't have to do any of that. So, yeah. And, like, yes, okay, it's extra fees, but you know what? It's safer anymore. It's safer for everyone involved. It's safer for the people who make the food. It's safer for the person who brings me my food. Oh, well, I guess with dine-in, that person isn't there. Whatever. You get the idea. Like, it's safer overall. And anytime there's an option to just do, contactless delivery, I always select that. And I actually have a little table outside of my door so that when people have food to drop off, they don't have to, like, bend over and try and decide where to put it. They can just, right there on the blue table. And it's really nice. I really like it. So yeah, dine in. But also, I will say with that, if I'm with anybody else, I still generally prefer dining in because I don't have to deal with the music or the background noise, like other people talking or whatever. And I have bad hearing, so it's always an issue for me when the music is too loud or like the people next to me are yelling at each other or having a fight or, they have a screaming baby or something. It makes it harder for me to understand what people are saying and obviously makes it a not as pleasant experience for me. So, yeah. Moving on. 12. Motorcycle or bicycle? I'm going to go with bicycle. I've never been on a motorcycle, and when I was younger, I was like, oh, I want to date a guy who has a motorcycle. That'd be so cool. And now I'm just like, no, I'm not into motorcycles. Like, I have seen motorcycle accidents, and I don't want to chance it. Like, even if there are more regular car accidents than there are motorcycle accidents, the motorcycle accidents always look really bad. Like, God, I remember watching videos, in like health class and stuff, where they would show you how badly dented in someone's motorcycle helmet was after an accident. And it's like, if they didn't have that helmet on, they'd be dead. So it's crazy to me. And I just, it just scares me. I don't like the idea of it. So I'm good. 13, book or ebook? Personally, I am a book person. Like, the smell of old book is one of my favorite smells in the world. Like, vanilla is number one, but when it comes to, like, not a candle, I love old book smell. When I was actually just telling David, like, a couple weeks ago that when I worked at the library, if there was nobody around, every once in a while I'd open up one of the old books and just, give it a good whiff. It sounds crazy. that he had a copy of Warbreaker on the nightstand. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. And that was one of the audiobooks I listened to recently. And he's had it for a while, so I opened it up to the middle and I just stuck my nose in it and I just breathed it in and it smelled so good. I don't know what it is about old books that make them smell amazing, but yeah, I love the smell of old books. But also, it's not as difficult on my eyes to read a book as it is when it's behind a lit screen. Or I don't know, maybe that's just me. It could be my glasses. I'm not sure. But I mean, either way, it's going to make me sleepy because I have a hard time reading and not falling asleep anymore. But yeah, I like my old tiny books. 14. Ninjas or pirates? I'm going to go with ninjas every single time and every single way. I prefer land to the waters because I am not a fish, so I'm not built for that anyways. But also, as a ninja, they have to sneak around and, not be seen and noticed. So you know that they clean themselves up and they don't smell bad. Versus pirates, out on the ocean, they can't really take baths or showers regularly. Not so much. Because, at least as far as I understand, you don't really want to bathe in salt water. That is going to seriously dry out your skin. And I don't want them to, damage themselves just so they don't smell like crap. But I still don't want to smell them. And then, they lose limbs, they lose eyes. No, thank you. And ninjas. I like the outfits that ninjas have more as well, because, they have to blend in and look sneaky and get covered up. Although, I will say the fun ostentatiousness of a pirate is always enjoyable. So, like the big boots, the big hats, the big coats, I do enjoy that. But, smelly. Ick. Sick. Mm-mm. 15. TV shows or movies? Ooh, that's difficult. I think personally there are more TV shows that I'm attached to than movies. So I think I'll have to go with TV shows. I mean, when you're given more time, I have more chances to fall in love with these characters and, get to know them and get more attached to them. I mean, heck, I watched the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie when I was a kid and I really enjoyed it. But I've only watched it one time since. Versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, I have watched I don't even know how many times. I just love it. I mean, it is really nice rewatching a movie though, because it only takes an hour and a half to 3 hours, versus rewatching a TV show takes days. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with TV shows, just because they get to do more because they have more time. And I really like that. 16. Pop or indie? I'm assuming they're talking about music, and I'm probably pop. Rock is my favorite, though. Rock and roll all the way. 17. What's worse, laundry or dishes? I think I've already gotten this question, and dishes. Laundry doesn't, gross me out, but dishes totally can. So, yeah. 18. Couch or recliner? I think I'm gonna have to go with couch, just for me, because when I get too comfortable in a recliner, it is very easy for me to just lean back and fall asleep. And I'm assuming if I'm, sitting around watching a movie, I don't want to fall asleep. But I mean, couches can be super comfortable too. And then I can sit next to David however I want. Versus with a recliner, it's going to have the armrests in the way, and that's not cool. I want to be able to lean over and lay my head in his lap whenever I want. So yeah. 19. International vacation or a new TV? Oh, international vacation. Are you kidding me? I watch things on my little iPad and I don't care. I always buy things in standard definition unless high definition is the same price because I just don't care. Like, it's never going to be such low quality that I can't tell what's going on. And personally, I usually can't tell the difference between SD and HD, so yeah. Like, I try and upload all of my videos in HD, so they should be a very high quality for you guys. I got a good webcam specifically for that. But I don't need a new TV. I don't care. Like, I think there are TVs that are too big, because it's like I can't see everything and it's too much. All right, 20. Working alone or working in a team? Generally, I'm gonna go with working alone. I am very much a stickler for time. So, like, if I really want to get this done before the end of the day, I want to just knock it out as soon as possible. Versus there are some people who are like, oh, let's wait 4 hours. Oh, let's wait 6 hours. And it's like, I'd rather get it done now and then not have to worry about it. And then there's always the issue where there were some students who clearly were way, way above their heads. And, like, you're supposed to turn in 2 pages worth of work and they'd turn in 1 paragraph. And it's like, really? Are you kidding me? And I hate picking up the slack of other people. It's one thing if they would straight up be like, hey, you know what? Could you help me with this? I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure. I'm not a good writer. English is my second language, whatever. If you would come to me and ask for help, that's fine. But if you straight up get something that tells you you have to turn in 2 pages of work and you don't turn in 2 pages of work, or at least close to it, I hated people that did that. So I just generally, team projects, ugh. The only time I can remember liking team projects was when, like, I was having a hard time on my own. And being able to talk with other people helped me think it through. Kind of like how I talked before about being able to talk aloud. That helps me think things through. So being forced to do so with other people can help me understand it better and get through it easier. Yeah. 21. Perfect teeth or perfect hair? I would have to go with perfect hair. I love hair. And honestly, I don't know. I love people's smiles, and I compliment people on their smiles anytime I think they have a beautiful smile. And I don't think that's necessarily because they have nice teeth. I think it's because there are some people when they smile with their whole face. Like they mean it. And I really like that. I like when someone genuinely looks happy. And I don't think you have to have nice teeth for that to be true. And I love hair. Like, I'm quite happy. I had braces for, 2.5 years? And my teeth are nice. I have a permanent retainer from my bottom eye tooth to the other bottom eye tooth. And I wear a retainer every night. But, I mean, my teeth weren't that bad. I had, God, what did they say? It was like a 90% overbite. Like, my front teeth basically completely covered my bottom teeth. It was bad. I had a gap in between my 2 front teeth, which I kind of miss, not gonna lie. I did like it. And I had never gotten anything stuck in my teeth until after they got rid of the gap, which is like, really? And then one of my teeth on the bottom and the front grew in sideways. And so that's why I have the permanent retainer on the bottom, because it naturally just wants to go back to that being sideways. I don't know how to say that without making sense. I don't know. Yeah, so like even with the brace in there, that tooth has already started to turn a little. It can't go any further because it's hitting the brace now, but it already started trying to turn on its own, which is just very frustrating. Like, bro, stay where you are told. Okay. 22. Arctic or the desert? I live in the desert, but I love snow, and so I would go with Arctic. And then, like, I find it easier to warm up than I do to cool down. And then, with David, if we're in the cold, I can just snuggle up to him, and that'll help me get warm. 23. Forest or beach? Ooh, I like both. I think if it were just me, I would pick forest. But because I have David, I'm going to have to go with beach because I know that's what he would pick. He loves swimming and the ocean, so beach. 24. Theme park or water park? Theme park. Even with David, I'm still going to pick theme park just because he'll have so much fun at a water park and I won't. I'm not the strongest swimmer, so water parks have never been that fun to me. Sorry, it's the truth. I know I'm horrible. Yeah. I just like, and then there are so many rides at a theme park, so many different types. Versus the water park, if you're not a strong swimmer, there are only so many things you can do. Like you can do the slides, but some of the really long slides, they dump you into a deep water. So that's a bit difficult. The wave pool, those are always fun, but sometimes they get really, really high, and you're just like, I don't want to die and drown. I'm good. Yeah, so 25. Africa or Asia? Personally, I'm gonna have to go with Asia. I did live in Japan for 4 years, and I just loved it. And while we were there, we also visited China, which was awesome. And I just, it's great. And we only got to go to Africa for like a day. I mean, we were only there for a few hours, and it was awesome. But if I go back to Africa, I want to go to Egypt. And like, that's the only country I can really think of in Asia, in Africa that I want to go to. Wait, it is in Africa, right? Or am I going crazy? Oh my god, I have to Google it so I don't look like a complete idiot. Egypt. If I could type, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's in Africa. Yeah, Africa. Right? Am I reading that right? Continent. I scrolled too far. Continent Africa, Asia. Wait, what? Is it? Now I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's considered Africa. Egypt is considered to be a regional power in North Africa. Okay, yes. Yes, Africa, I win. I have always wanted to go to Egypt because everything about Egypt is so interesting. The pyramids, the Egyptian religion, I love it. I love it. But on average, I'm still gonna have to pick Asia. Sorry. That's just my personal opinion. 26. Antique or brand new? I completely think it depends on what we're talking about. Like, I don't want an antique shoe. I want a brand new shoe. But if it's something that I got at like the secondhand store that I'm going to display on the wall, like a dragon, I will totally take an antique. Are you kidding me? It doesn't have to be brand new. It can even be a little broken. As long as it looks awesome, I'm happy. And, yeah. The charm of the old or the shininess of the new. You decide. Yeah, I think it definitely depends, varying on what kind of item we're talking about, because There are some things, like shoes, that I do not want used. Mm-mm. And that is the end of more tiny stocking snowflakes. Get this pulled over. So, originally, it was all French knots at the ends of the snowflakes, the little snowflakes, not the big one. It will not focus on it. What the heck? Refocus. There we go. And I just, one, didn't feel like doing a bunch of French knots, but also I was like, this one is really simplistic compared to all the other ones. It's just the same design duplicated over and over and over again. So I thought it would be more unique and just better to add beads instead. So the snowflakes, I only have 4 beads on each of them. There were originally 8 French knots on them, but I was like, if I do that many beads, you won't be able to see what it is anymore. And then I added a bead in the middle of the really big one. I like it. I did notice that on this branch of it, it's not symmetrical with the rest of it. And I didn't correct it because I was just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like, most people probably won't notice. And if they do, they'll probably just assume I messed up, which I didn't do. I did notice, and I was just like, whatever. Doesn't hurt me. And, you know, most snowflakes have an imperfection, right? No?
I'm not sure that's true.
Do some of them? Okay, but some of them do.
Maybe? I don't know.
Because 6 out of 7 are perfect. Only the large 7th one is the oddball out.
Oddball.
Yes. So I did 5 cross stitches today. It's only 5 o'clock. But it's really dark, so I think I'm gonna call it a day.
Lame.
Oh, whatever. Baby.
I just want to listen to
dark.
more Dresden.
It's so dark. I'm almost done with peace talks. I have 3 hours and 2 minutes left. But it's too dark. It's just too dark. So, did I say I got 48 minutes of footage? Because I got 48 minutes. No, wait. No, it wasn't 48 minutes. It was 1 hour and 5 minutes. I wrote it down here. 1 hour, 5 minutes.
Proof.
Yes.
Not
Well,
mine.
because this is what I've been using to track it. And 48 minutes was the We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And that's done now. All of the ones I'm going to be doing going forward, I made copies of from the pattern paper. So it's not being done on my iPad anymore. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add, and I don't think I will be able to cross stitch anymore today. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all veggies. And I'll see you guys next video.